How is it going? I hope you're doing well, and thank you for tuning in this video. Today, I'm here with my review for Night 2 of WWE NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Let's go ahead and dive right in the show, which started off on the pre-show, which featured a NXT Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders match. Breezango taking on Killian, Dain, and Drake Maverick. Now, I didn't tune in this match, so I can't get my thoughts on it, but Killian, Dain, and Drake Maverick did get the victory, so they will be facing MSK for the tag team titles in the future. I didn't mind that because obviously those teams have history going back to the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, so whenever that match happens, I'm sure it'll be a good tag team title match. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on that. And then of course we go on the main show, which opened up with the ladder match for the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Santos Escobar taking on Jordan Devlin, which I thought was a great ladder match to open the show. Now I will admit, I think my expectations for this match were a little too high. I thought these two would go out there and just have this insane ladder match, and they kind of didn't. Now I'm not taking anything away from them. They had a great ladder match, but like I said, my expectations were just too high for it personally, and whatnot. So yeah, they did a lot of great stuff in this match. Santos Escobar hitting a Meteor onto Jordan Devlin onto the barricade, chain little fence thing they got in there. Jordan Devlin hit a beautiful moonsault off the ladder, which I thought Santos Escobar was way too close for, but somehow Jordan Devlin made it work and was able to hit it, pretty much picture perfect on Santos Escobar. At one point, ended up hitting a Spanish fly as well when Escobar was trying to elbow Devlin off the ladder. Devlin was able to counter that into a Spanish fly, which I thought was beautiful. So Devlin really was able to showcase himself in this match, if you ask me. And then, as he was trying to close in on the win, Legado del Fantasma came out. Mendoza just absolutely annihilating Devlin off the ladder. Devlin went straight to the floor when he pushed him off the ladder, so that was absolutely insane bump there. And Fantasma kind of just left after that, which, led to Escobar and Devlin, going back into the ring. Devlin chucking a ladder at Escobar to get him to fall down. And then, of course, both of them were, fighting their way off to the ladder. Then Escobar just hit a huge headbutt at Jordan Devlin, which caused him to go flying back, crashing through a ladder, which allowed Santos Escobar to become the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight Champion. So, like I said, great match. I thought it was really enjoyable. Just my expectations were a little too high for it, I think. So, yeah, a really enjoyable way to kick off the show. And then from there, I'm going to go to the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match. Ember and Shotzi Blackheart defending against LeRae. Honestly, the match was fine. My attention kind of wasn't there for it, to be perfectly honest. It was just, there wasn't much to it. The only things I can really think of that stood out to me were, of course, they did a really good Doomsday, spot that you usually get in multi-person matches. Indi Hartwell, I thought, had a pretty decent showing in this match as well. I thought she looked pretty good in her offense. Her and Candice actually got a pretty good amount of near falls in this match, I thought. So no complaints from the performance. Shotzi Blackheart nearly killed herself with a suicide dive where no one absolutely caught her, but thankfully she was okay. But then towards the end, Shotzi Blackheart ended up hitting the senton on Indi Hartwell to retain the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. So yeah, definitely the weakest match on the card, possibly of the two shows as well, honestly. This is probably the weakest match out of all of them. So yeah, there just wasn't much to it for me personally. So yeah, not much to say there. NXT North American Championship match, Johnny Gargano defending against Bronson Reed, who of course won his opportunity at Night 1 from the Gauntlet Eliminator. And this match I thought was a lot of fun. I thought it told a great story with Gargano, doing everything he could to injure the ribs of Bronson Reed. I absolutely love the spot where he went for the spear through the ropes, and he just absolutely bounced off Bronson Reed. I thought that was absolutely great. But Reed did a great job of selling the ribs. Gargano did everything he could to target that, to kind of chop him down to size and, do whatever he could to slow him down as well. And I thought Bronson Reed did a fantastic job of selling it. Austin Theory tried to get involved a handful of times, but, it didn't really work out to his avail, to the point actually where Bronson Reed did a suicide dive and actually ended up hitting Austin Theory instead of Gargano. So really backfired on Theory there. But lots of great near falls this match as well. Bronson Reed at one point giving Johnny Gargano a razor's edge off the ramp into the ring, which I thought was an absolute great spot. But then Bronson Reed went for the splash, but Gargano got out of the way, and then Gargano ended up hitting a final beat DDT onto the little ramp area, and then hitting one onto the apron, and then one final one in the ring, and 1, 2, 3. Johnny Gargano retains the North American Championship. Like I said, I thought it was really good. I thought Bronson Reed's selling was fantastic. Gargano, even though I'm not really a fan of his current gimmick and character and everything, I don't really care for the way his match quality, hasn't really been affected, and I feel like we definitely got a glimpse of the old school Johnny wrestling in this match with Bronson Reed. So yeah, I really enjoyed that NXT North American title match, and I thought it was really good. And then following that, we had the NXT Championship match with Finn Bálor defending against Karrion and Kross. I absolutely love this match. This was a great, 10 to 12 minute world title match. It definitely had that old school fight feel to it. A big title match feel to it as well. For a match that I really wasn't too excited for. As soon as the bell rang, I was thrilled for this match, and I think Finn Bálor is one of the best wrestlers in the world, and definitely gave Karrion Kross his best match in NXT so far. So yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of this match. They were stiffing each other. I thought Kross's selling of the ribs were fantastic, where he was selling out that he was gassed and whatnot, and Balor was doing everything he could to target Kross's ribs. Which one thing too about Finn Bálor, I absolutely love the paint. The red X paint over the injured shoulder that he had. I thought that was great. Someone tweeted out that it was representation too, that this is where I got injured, and this is the reason why I lost my title. Not because I was beaten for it, but I had to relinquish it. So I thought that was a great little touch from Finn Bálor. But yeah, these two beat the holy hell out of each other. The one spot I love is where, Bálor hit the coup de grace, and then Karrion Kross, when he kicked out, he was able to lock in Bálor into the choke at the exact same time. So locking in the cross jacket, as he kicked out, I thought it was a great touch. But yeah, at the end, Karrion Kross just beat the fuck out of Bálor, just laying in elbows to the back of the skull, and then of course hitting up with a huge running forearm to the back of the head to secure the win, and Karrion Kross becomes the brand new NXT champion. I wasn't surprised by it, but I was really hoping Finn Bálor would have retained. I think Bálor easily could have beat Kross here, and it wouldn't have hurt Kross. And to be perfectly honest, I think Karrion Kross is a better fit on Raw or SmackDown anyways. I think obviously NXT is a place to be if you're a talent, I think, but in terms of, the gimmick and character, I don't know. I see Karrion Kross as a better fit on Raw and SmackDown than on NXT. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I love every second of it. Like I said, it brought an old school fight feel, and you felt the urgency from both men to end it. It wasn't like these two were going out there purposely trying to steal a show. You felt that these two were going out there and doing everything they could to end the match as soon as possible. So I really appreciated that, and I appreciated the match. So yeah, great stuff. Like I said, without a doubt, Karrion Kross's best NXT title, this NXT match in general, not just NXT title match, but Karrion Kross's best NXT match, and just a great title match in general. So yeah, really enjoyed that match. Definitely emphasize what a world championship match should be, if you ask me. And then, of course, we go into the main event, which was the Unsanctioned match between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, and talk about match of the night and match of the two shows. I wasn't sure if I knew these two would be capable of potentially doing it, but I wasn't sure after the match we got with Ciampa and Walter on night one. I wasn't sure if anything could top that, but Cole and O'Reilly definitely went out there and did. These two went out there for 40 plus minutes and beat the holy fuck out of each other. I loved everything about the match, the way it was presented, them coming out with security. Everything about this match I thought was fantastic. It was a slow start, and it kind of sucked at first because the match kind of started as a wrestling match, and they were kind of going for a lot of holds and a lot of pins right from the get-go, where it's just like, this is supposed to be an unsanctioned match. You're supposed to beat the shit out of each other, and you guys are kind of just mat wrestling each other. But boy, did this turn into a fight. They got chairs involved, even one of the Undisputed Era chairs Cole pulled out, which that was a great touch. Chains got involved. These two were, went to the outside where O'Reilly gave him a huge DDT on the announce table, which the way Cole flopped off the table was just hilarious. Cole gave Kyle O'Reilly a brain buster onto the steel steps. Just back in the ring, Cole just beating the holy shit out of O'Reilly. At one point, gave him a huge super kick where he just laid that shit in on O'Reilly. Cole, crashing down. O'Reilly had Cole in a guillotine, and Cole just pretty much went straight down through the ramp. These two just beat the holy shit out of each other. I thought they told an excellent story. With O'Reilly resorting to the low blow that Cole did multiple times in the match to set up for his win. So a lot of brutal bumps. especially the finish too. The finish too was absolutely spectacular with O'Reilly, slamming Cole into the chair and Cole just spazzing out from, the impact of it. And then O'Reilly just flopping his body on top of Cole, not even like hooking the leg or anything, just kind of flopping his body on Cole and securing the win. I just thought it was a great touch, and that was definitely a phenomenal finish to what was a phenomenal match. Like I said, these two went out there, told an incredible story. The action was fantastic as well. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly, his selling was top fucking notch. Everything he did was believable. If you thought he was dead, it would have been believable. You would have thought he was dead just laying there. He was that great at selling, and I definitely think he should get a lot more credit than he actually gets. I know he gets a lot of credit to begin with, but he truly should get credit as being, one of the best, period. So, yeah, incredible showing from both men. Absolutely adored the match. Loved it. Honestly, probably their best match they ever had. And they've had a lot of amazing matches. Their hybrid fighting rules match 2012. They have countless matches over the years, obviously. And I think this might rank up there as the best one they've had, honestly. So, yeah, incredible story, incredible match to close, which I thought was another great night for Stand and Deliver. I thought night one was a great show, and honestly, I thought this show was just equally up there. I don't think one was really better than the other. I kind of feel like both shows had the same quality of matchups and the same quality show. So, yeah, definitely was a great takeover. Really enjoyed it. Main event was match tonight, obviously, in my opinion. The NXT title match was, great as well. But yeah, that main event was just on a whole new level, if you ask me, and definitely was a great way to close out a great takeover. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please feel free to leave a like below. And of course, the next time, I'll see you guys, and thank you guys for watching the video.